Yo, you tuning into the Notion Podcast. This your boy Dizzy D Spill with my co-host in the building.
Jelani Evans.
It's Farmer Poe.
How y'all fellas feeling, man? What's the news? What's new? What's going on?
Shit, man. Feeling good. Just about to be broke for the next week or so. Just copped some supplies.
Oh, okay. I was like, damn, what? Is there more to the story? Or?
Yeah, nah. I did my Amazon
Okay.
and copped some supplies, so I got some shit coming in the next few days. About to be, I got an event in Oakland, Lake Fest, on the 24th of this month.
Okay. That's what's up.
There you go.
All right.
I'm maintaining.
Maintaining?
Yeah, man. That's all you can do these days.
Yeah, I feel that, man. It's got that heat back, man.
Yeah, it's here.
Yeah.
It is here. All that old is chilly and we're a windbreaker and shit. That shit over with.
I've been in AC controlled environments. I don't know nothing about it. I hear about it. It'll be looking real bright outside.
You gotta make your way to motherfucking somewhere to get to that car. To get to the where
This
you
is the
gotta
only
go,
time.
you gotta
This
get
the
to
only
the
time
car.
I done left the house. I don't go nowhere. I don't be outside.
Don't
Like,
take nothing
for
but a
what?
second to feel that shit.
That's
For
true.
What?
It's right there at the door. Like, oh, yo, let me in this motherfucker.
I don't know about you, but my
Right
porch
there.
is covered and the car sits in the shade, so I don't know.
It's creeping, my nigga.
Yeah.
You better wait till nighttime.
No, I'm just not
You
going
gonna be
anywhere.
right there in the bushes.
I order everything.
Yeah, it's still hot out here, nigga.
I order everything. I don't go anywhere. DoorDash do groceries, and so does Amazon.
That man said, I'm going to leave it up to y'all essential workers to make sure y'all get
You
through
might
that
want
heat.
to order your DoorDash with caution during this time of the year. Your groceries come up a little too hot. They're not on time. The temperature of outside is, make sure you coordinate.
Nah, you just hating.
Nah, I'm just just coordinate, man.
It's just, you can pay that extra $2 to get it direct to you. Don't be cheap.
Oh no, I don't.
Nah, I'm good.
I don't pay other people.
I'm
to
not
buy my
paying them
groceries, bro,
extra
nigga.
to do something.
I go and get
Nah,
my
you ain't
shit.
never DoorDash food, and they be like, "There's an order ahead of yours."
Yeah, I've seen that.
Yeah, nah, direct to me. Don't.
I don't order
Yeah, I'm not.
DoorDash at all, man.
You don't? Why not?
Hell no. I like the grocery shop.
I feel like there's something that you know that you ain't telling the public
Nah,
about
I mean,
why you shouldn't
definitely
DoorDash.
grocery shop because DoorDash
very
is
par-
expensive.
Oh, yeah,
always-
in that case, yeah.
And I've always just liked the grocery shop. I don't like to have someone pick out my groceries for me. I'm very particular.
Yeah, that ain't. I ain't gonna lie. That's that do be a frustration. I remember it because
Talking about DoorDash or Instacart? I'm just talking about you pick my
Both.
shit up from Whoop-de-Whoop and you bring
Yeah,
it to
but
me.
if I say I want strawberries and you just grab strawberries, then we
Oh,
have an
well,
issue.
yeah. I'm not doing all of that.
Yeah,
Nah,
they,
If
and
there's-
I'm
but see,
going
this
to get it
thing,
myself.
You see how you said I'm not doing all that?
See?
The person getting your
Yeah,
groceries
you
say the
don't
same
gotta
thing.
Exactly.
No. What I'm saying is I'm not.
This shit
No.
ain't- they not
I
finna eat it.
think you got it wrong. What I'm saying is I'm not ordering all of that through DoorDash. I'm finna go get that.
Oh, yeah, I
myself.
usually don't
Yeah,
order.
I'm
I
not-
mean, technically,
yeah.
we should be getting our fruit from him, but this.
I don't really
Wow.
buy packaged things too often. Like I don't go down them aisles like where they
Everybody
got
don't
stuff
have
in
a
boxes
farm
and shit.
like you
Yeah,
either, Harold.
you see how he went past that? Nah, but we should be getting our fruits and vegetables from
don't
you.
do what y'all do.
When I go to the
It's
grocery store,
all
I go
organic.
to the produce section.
I got an agave section.
You're supposed to be
in my-
producing. What's up,
It takes time.
man?
I don't got a farm.
Yeah, you do have a farm, Dr.
man.
Plant-Based Dre.
A year and a half, 2 years later, we still ain't got nothing from this guy.
Yeah, but if you look at his story, his children are eating well, including himself.
Nah, man. It takes months for that stuff to actually.
2 years.
Come
Like
in,
us,
you
2 years.
So y'all eating whole trees out there, and they ain't got enough for the rest of the world. That's what you're saying.
Honestly, to be honest, no.
Just you kids and the squirrels, huh?
Yeah.
All right.
No, but this is not me being stingy. This is literally me learning.
Selfishness.
You're learning how much you really
It's not
need.
stingy, it's selfish, baby.
Like you think you need one green bean plant, and it's like, nah, you need like 10 of them motherfuckers for a family of like 2 or 3 people. So and you probably would need even more than that. And like I'm learning that as each year goes by, that it's taking up
That you
a
should
lot.
plant more.
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go. See. I just gave you some game.
Yeah.
Let me give y'all $100 worth of game because I can't say million.
I did do some. Got my first payment from a consultation I did.
There you go.
How did that feel?
it was dope. My son's mom, one of her best friends, her mom hit me up and was I've been getting a lot of people asking me if to come by and help them with their garden and stuff. So she pressed the issue.
Oh,
Obviously, you already hit me to the game or whatever, but I already told you I had a lot of people. I just don't be having the time, man. I have a lot. I like barely have time in the day to do a lot of things, and so like wanting to do that is just like. But she literally stays like right around the corner from me. So I went to her house one weekend. We went to. I checked her spot out. She told me what she wanted. Then the next weekend we went to the gardening store to get supplies, and then also to get a few starter plants.
okay.
And then a couple weekends after that, because it was Mother's Day in between, then I went to her house, built her bed for her.
Okay.
Boom. And yeah.
That's what's up, man. I mean, it probably is difficult to have time. You know, you got kids and working and stuff like that. So yeah, I definitely can understand. I still think he bullshitting because he be DMing us stuff all the time and never respond. But I mean, I get it though. You know,
I don't even have time to be on Instagram. Like I
DM us all the time
while I'm doing other things. But I'm DMing you. I'm not even talking when I'm DMing. I'm literally sending you a link. I'm just sending you a link. Like,
do he read your DMs?
I don't DM him no more.
Yeah.
I don't send him
He don't read
anything.
my DMs.
I don't.
He don't. He sent us stuff, and then
Because I'm like, oh, this
if you
is
send
funny.
me anything, I'm
But
not gonna read it either. I'm gonna just
literally,
delete the
there's
thread.
like,
it's a group of us. You just send it to us and then log off.
yeah, there's like 8 people that I consistently send video links with, and a lot of y'all send me a lot of videos, so it'd be like, man, I don't have time to sit there yet and go through all of them. So
Yeah. Oh, so you just haven't got to him
Because he
yet.
spent his
Yeah.
time watching the
I
videos.
just
to send y'all.
now go check. I went to him earlier.
That's fine.
I got him earlier.
That's what happened.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But no, I because while I'm doing other things, that's the only time I'll be like watching or listening to music or doing podcasts.
I
And shit.
just delete the thread. I'm not dealing with this
You try to manage your guilty
one-sided
pleasure time.
conversation.
Man. Anyway, man. Oh, so I was kind of talking to my supervisor about the consultation stuff too, because she's like really good with social media, her social media presence.
So what did Poison Ivy tell you? You said your supervisor.
Oh no, she ain't Poison Ivy, man.
Okay.
This nah, she Peoples. Shout out to.
Poison Ivy.
She don't watch the podcast. Go on.
You never know, man. You never know. But yeah, I got a lot of ideas that I'm gonna be working on. Got some photo ideas. I don't want to say the name yet. This is my collaboration with my sister-in-law. She came up with a dope ass name
Okay.
for this idea.
All right.
So I'm planning on starting that because that'll be something kind of easier to begin. And
For the journey. Okay.
yeah, but yeah, I got some ideas in the works, and then working on the Earth Tones business. I got new labels and things.
Okay.
So waiting to print those. And
Yeah, I didn't use the majority of all my product now, so
Okay.
It's just a body butter. Are you gonna do like more scented stuff? Okay, cool. That was a question somebody asked me to ask you, so I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
So it's in the works.
Because I DM'd you, but you didn't respond.
Yeah, so they hit me. That's not what really happened, but I'm gonna throw that out there.
I was finna say, let me check.
All of us. Oh, now you want to check.
Out of pocket.
44 weeks ago. Let me see. Hold on.
Horrible.
Well, let's get
4
into
weeks
it.
ago, that's a year. So,
Well, when you say it like that,
yeah, and
shit.
followed by now.
This motherfucker went back to eating meat now. Let's talk about it, man. Well, y'all's thoughts on Gunplay and DJ Envy and Rick Ross. How did this? I mean, do y'all know how it got out of control like this, or?
Yeah, let's start with
I didn't know
what happened.
Gunplay was even involved in it. I will say, it's extremely childish.
Mm-hmm.
It's one of the reasons why people don't take us as a culture serious, because this is how we spend our time and use our platforms. But it started with Rick Ross being on an interview, I think it was Drink Champs, and he making a comment about DJ Envy's car show.
Yeah.
And then the tensions rose from there with the responses going back and forth like children and whatnot on their platforms and social media. Yeah, that's all I really know about it. I didn't really get too deep into it because I don't think it's worth the energy, to be honest.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't really read into it too much, but I know I kind of follow what was going on. But as far as what I know, I seen, to me, it seemed a little odd because I never seen DJ Envy ever really give anything like this the time of day. He'll never really kind of have the energy or seems like the wants to be perceived as stupid to that level.
He got rubbed the wrong way though.
Yeah, I know. I can tell.
That's what
because
it is.
it's his thing that Ross was talking about. But then I seen Ross talking about his family and his kids and all that a lot. And I don't know whether Ross is just doing that because it's envy and it's like, I mean, you talking about somebody? I don't know.
Yeah, I heard he made like he would hire his kids or something like that to like
we're not doing that.
clean up his house or something because he has a bunch of kids.
It's messy, it's petty, it's disrespectful.
Because then you have to like the departure of your soul would suck. Because then I would help you do it, like to depart your soul from your body. Like it would be an honor of mine to like feel that way and then do it.
You know, that was very well said. What I look at for me is it's like I'm kind of tired of seeing the gangster image. You know what I'm saying? That's being portrayed on TV and in music, and then you try to apply the gangster energy.
Is it gangster? Like, are we talking about like?
Well, I said it with air quotes just in case somebody's not watching. I said it with air quotes.
Shit.
Yeah, and my issue
the tough guy aspect of
with that is that I keep seeing people, because the same thing happened with Charlemagne some years ago, where like these are street dudes rolling up on somebody that they clearly know is considered square.
He wasn't qualified.
Yeah, he wasn't qualified. Or, you know, I'm talking to all three of y'all. Yeah. You know, all of these different guys, and I'm trying to figure out, like, y'all don't ever have the same type of energy with like authentic energy. I'm not talking about, because I feel like when you cut the camera on, it's entertainment at that point. I'm not saying that the person on the other end should take it as entertainment if it's disrespect, but you're clearly doing it for entertainment purposes, because from where we come from and for where a lot of these men allegedly come from, you just handle business and it's just a story.
Yeah, I mean, like if it was really funk, I wouldn't be adding you. I'd pull up to the Breakfast Club and eat.
I mean, yeah, you feel me? I mean, you literally are telling me what time it's breakfast.
Right.
Like
I would show up with an egg McMuffin.
You know what I'm saying? Like somebody's getting toast. So
yeah,
you know what I mean? Like we're not doing that. We're not. I'm like
he capping like he got the juice.
At what point are you too grown or too mature to engage in the unnecessary antics that really don't solve anything?
Right.
Yeah, because it's just to me like that's like I've never been one to. I feel less tough talking tough to you, and we are not in the same room or like even on the phone. Like I'm not going to entertain arguing with another man on the phone. I will argue with my girlfriend, my baby mom, or something like that. Because
I'm not going to argue with nobody.
Man, I'm just saying.
No, I feel what you're
saying. If it comes
to
an argument, I'm going to argue with the significant other.
If you're going to go back and forth, it's going to be with
somebody of some value in your life.
I'm arguing with another man, and we are in like it feels not tough because what I'm gonna say to you? Oh, I do this to you and do that to you, and I'm not in like
actions speak louder than words.
Yeah, like I'm rather just like all right, whatever, and then give you that energy when we're in the same vicinity.
Nah, that's real. You know? Well, how Gunplay.
And that's the thing. I haven't seen him or heard anything as far as he goes.
So what Gunplay did is, I guess first of all, he broke the law. And he recorded a conversation.
Well, let's tell them how Gunplay got even involved.
Oh yeah. You want to lead that off?
I didn't hear it at the time, but I listened to the conversation between Envy and Gunplay that Gunplay uploaded or whatever. I guess apparently Envy made a comment saying that he didn't have to. It's something about a GoFundMe.
Yeah. That's what it was.
Gunplay's wife, their child, had a medical condition, and for whatever case, that's their business, that they had a GoFundMe page, and I guess his wife was the one who created it, and then Envy made a comment basically saying something about it, but like kind of like.
And it was like kind of like a retaliation to Ross, like it was almost like the level like you're not taking, why your artist got gut. That's the premise it was on.
So you supposed to be the boss, and why your artist got to create a GoFundMe to handle business, why it's not being taken care of type.
And the crazy thing is like if DJ Envy was a rapper, okay, you go in there with it. But you literally brought up somebody's circumstance to cater to your point. So Envy got to get slapped for that one.
Yeah, because really what you did was you threw a straight, like you.
It was a stray.
It wasn't even a stray. A stray is like an accidental. It's like you went and shot at Gunplay.
That was intentional.
Yeah.
Gunplay ain't had nothing to do with you. Shot at him.
Yeah.
And so now.
That's a good point. It's like why you got your boys out here with no vest.
Y'all out here handling y'all situation. Yeah. How y'all do it, and then you involve me and my family on some shit like that. Like it wasn't even no other shit that he was talking about. It was
and
like,
I thought would have been boss. I thought would have been some boss player stuff is if he had a donated, and then said, "Now why I got to go do your job? Your boy is over here needing help, X, Y, and Z. So now I got to go over there and I got to help the homie out like we should really be doing. But you over here arguing with me."
I see how you threw that the homie in there because I was about to say a nigga might fuck around and come and shoot you just because of that.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Nah, he said how we got to help the
homie out because you're not doing your job, boss man. Yeah. Like that would have been on some real stuff. That would have brought a different type of perspective on it. And then who knows with that kind of publicity, that probably would have made more people go look at the GoFundMe and say, you know what, I didn't realize. Well, let me go put in a couple dollars too. But instead, you just used it as a catalyst to make a point about somebody you have a disagreement with, which was trash.
Any involvement, though?
Yeah.
So what Gunplay did was Gunplay called him and he had it on record. And he was like, "Why you bring my family situation up, man? My wife did this, that, and the other. You know, my child got a condition, and that's what it's. You know, I'll slap the out of you, right? You know." And then that's when Envy was like, "Nah, you not finna be."
Well, Envy did like this is how I feel like
this. Not finna be slapping me.
Envy said, "Well, then we'll fight." And Gunplay said something about he like moved past that part. Like Envy did, because this is how I feel. You say something. I've been in this situation before, that exact situation, but it's not been recorded. But I don't like a lot of people feel as though Envy backpedaled because he apologized for offending Gunplay. But I feel like
that's not backpedaling.
No, but that's what a lot of people are saying about Envy's position now. Because I feel like as a man, if you didn't intentionally, I say a lot of shit to motherfuckers. Mm-hmm. Sometimes I don't mean to offend you. I'm gonna stand on what I said. Yeah, you in that energy at that moment. My intention is my intention. How you perceive it is how you perceive it. But I will say, hey, yo, all right, well, I didn't intend on offending you. Yeah, I might not change my disposition and say something different. Yeah, but I've been in that situation where I said something to the motherfucker, and we had a conversation, and the motherfucker kept saying what they was gonna do, and I just let them have. And that's another thing about me as well. Yeah, if I offend you, get your shit off. Yeah, because how you react to me offending you is how I would react. Yeah. So get your shit off. I'm not mad at you telling me what you got. It's not gonna make me feel, but I'm gonna let you know, like, if you do try that, then I will respond as well. But I'm not mad at you saying what you're saying.
Yeah, I don't see nothing wrong with that. And to be honest, like, I think that's one of the points that Jelani was making about the whole, I'm not arguing. Because once it gets to, well, I'll do this and I'm not doing that with you, dude. Yeah. I'm going to just tell you one time, try it. I'm going to tell you, go ahead, try it.
Yeah, I ain't going to get mad at you saying this shit, though, and be like, oh, I didn't mean to offend you. Yeah. But if you try to slap me, I'm going to fight you, but I'm
not even going to talk about the wish upon a star situation. You try it.
So basically he was like, my intent wasn't to offend you, but if you try to slap me, we fighting.
Yeah. He didn't even say it like that. He said, well, then we'll fight.
Well, yeah, you're not just... What I seen somebody letting them know in a more tough guy way, and I'm talking about Envy, that I will defend myself if you strike me. Yeah. But the whole point is it's like, bro, I don't think this was about if he'll slap you or not. I think a dude like Gunplay probably would slap you.
He would try to probably slap you.
You know what I'm saying? But that's not the conversation. If he'll do it or not, the conversation is why do I have to do it in the first place?
Yeah, and it's your fault.
Why are we discussing me slapping you is the point. And I think that kind of went over Envy's head because that male energy in us is like, well, you're not finna just.
Well, because
I'm not just gonna stand there.
And for Envy is like he's not gonna go attack someone based on words. So even if you offended Envy, he's not gonna threaten and say I'm going to hit you because you said something that offended me. So that's where I can see where his disposition is different. Whereas like, just because I offended you doesn't mean that you should be able to hit.
I just don't.
Well, it depends on the level of offense, because if you offended me to the point of disrespecting my family, then, bruh, yeah. If it's me, like, if it's just me, you offend me, I might disregard it. But as soon as you, like, take it to that level of,
somebody
like,
that can't
speaking
defend
on,
themselves.
you know what I'm saying, like the missus and the kids and the family and things like that.
His entire family has already been
by Rick Ross, though. Not gunplay.
But regardless of who it is, I'm offended that you talked about my family. So whether Ross or Gunplay did it, he got his family spoken about, and his response wasn't, I'm going to go threaten. So that's where I'm saying his position is.
I think that's a good point. That's a good point, but I will say this. This is what happens when radio dudes act like rappers. Be the radio dude. Ask the questions, give slight opinions. But now what has happened, what the Breakfast Club has empowered is people getting on a platform and thinking that they can just speak a certain type of way and there's no consequences. But then at the same time, how many people have been on the Breakfast Club that are not here anymore over some kind of beef? So what lessons are they learning? But you've had guests on your platform that are no longer breathing because of beef, and you guys keep indulging in the beef. It's just like Charlamagne said, I'm the radio guy. Why are you pulling up on me? Well, be the radio guy. You know what I'm saying?
The back and forth with a rapper is like, it's unnecessary. It's
unnecessary.
Back and forth with him before. I guess I understand y'all have y'all banter and. But once he would have said something about my kids, I'd have killed this game. I'm like, oh, yep, we out here. I'd have cut it off the live, whatever we was on. I'd say, oh, you tripping.
The thing
cut
about it, right, is like, bro, y'all supposed to be grown men, right? Regardless of your profession,
you're
radio,
right.
rappers. Bro, I know you can get in contact, right?
Yeah.
So a phone call can be made and have this conversation offline off of platforms and either come to some type of understanding,
a real conversation,
or pull up on each other and slapbox fight, whatever needs to be done. But y'all can't handle that off of social media,
right?
Y'all can't handle that not being on each other's platforms.
Somebody got, because at first I think that they had some sort of understanding mutually that this was kind of like a little friendly competition thing where they just shooting shots back and forth. I feel like somebody said some shit, either
it was Ross. Ross
said something that was like
Ross was trying to be competitive about the car shows, and he took it a little too far. Yeah. But the problem is Envy had control of the tone of the conversation.
Yeah, I'd have cut it off.
Envy showed up to the station with a CO uniform on, and it's like, okay, you're stepping into the arena.
Now you're doing extra.
You're stepping into the arena. So and then you talked about my family. You did this, but you're not a rapper, bro. You have to. It's like you have to respond how you are. You know what I'm saying? You're a man at the end of the day. That's what rappers do, and they do it for entertainment. We see 50 Cent do it all the time to everybody. And you're a grown man. You can choose to respond or not respond.
Person, right? Because, like you said, not respond. Because if you be the bigger person, you don't respond, you don't engage, you don't entertain, then at some point the person who's doing all that looks like a clown, right?
Exactly.
Because they're just running their mouth, they're talking, they're doing things, and there's no. So and then it's like, why are you still doing this? Why are you spending so much time addressing somebody and talking about somebody who isn't even engaging or acknowledging you?
Exactly.
Yeah, because once I see you doing some shit like that, I'm like, oh, he trying to do something and take me to a level, and I'm like, I'm just cutting it off.
Most of the time, that's what they trying to do. I've had scenarios.
You want me to get
as a grown man where I felt like people tried to get me to a level. I feel like they also had allies with them too, because they didn't know what I was probably about. But I've seen people, and I had to make a decision and be like, you know what, I already know where this is going. For y'all that don't know, and this is also for young people, I'm gonna start with the young people first. When you get into a beef with somebody, you don't get sent to the principal's office and you don't get suspended for a few days out of school. You go to jail when you become an adult. The crazy thing is, unfortunately, you have people older than you that act the same way and act like they can't go to jail too, or they pride themselves on going to jail or going to prison over some words or going back and forth, which is just ignorant. And going back to your main point, what you started out with saying, Jelani, it's another reason why people have a good excuse to downplay our professionalism and how we carry ourselves. Because we have all of these resources, but at the end of the day, it gets trashy to a point.
I don't even feel like it's an excuse. It's valid.
Yeah, I mean, it is.
What I'm
is.
saying?
Yeah.
Like that's just another reason. Like it's valid. Like, yo, why should we take you serious on this level when you guys get to a certain height? This is how you.
This is how you act.
This is how you respond. This is how you go about using your platforms.
Yep.
Really?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, that's something else, man. Yeah, they need to get together. They're too grown for that shit.
Man, that's all.
Too grown for it, man. Too grown.
I ain't
for
even
it.
trying to get together. Like, nigga, you can't get together with me, nigga, once you said some shit about my kids. I don't give a fuck what you
Nah, that's
talking
real.
about. We not playing no type of games where you publicly disrespecting my, like, we,
Humiliate my family.
like, nah, nigga, you never gonna come in my, what, I'm gonna let you in my house? Well, I'm supposed to have my kids, you supposed to come to my kids' birthday parties or some shit, or, I mean, I don't know how close of friends they was or whatever, like, but nigga, once you,
I don't even think they were ever friends.
So then that mean that, nigga, you disrespecting my kids?
Well, no,
nigga?
they had a decent dynamic in the beginning from the car shows.
Nigga, so that
It was
mean,
from the car, like when DJ Envy was doing the car shows, Rick Ross would, hey man, I'm gonna send 6 or 7 of my cars to the joint or whatever the case it was to help out, and then he decided to do his own thing. I don't know. It's stupid. I mean, Ross threw the first stone, but I just think, like, especially with somebody like Rick Ross, who's known to have a reputation of beefing with 50 or beefing with this person, like, why even get involved with it on that level? You're grown. I think I don't know what's worse, them being grown men doing this or them being millionaires doing this.
both. I mean, but honestly, the whole, like,
I ain't never seen
millionaires-
Steve Jobs be like, yo, tell that fool Gates when I see him. You know what I'm saying? I'm throwing
Got
him
some
through a
real
window.
gigabytes for you.
yeah, but see, one thing we do as well, like, so I was watching, this gives me kind of like a little tidbit of a conversation I was listening to from an interview with Oskino from State Property.
Okay.
Like, I think a lot of what we do is we assume things, right? So
Yeah, we do.
like, we think that because the way in which we express our competition or the way in which we express the, like, just like competition, however it is between us, is the only way, like, that we know. Like, white people do it too. So in the way in which they might do it, it might be they might fuck over someone's family business. They might take deeds. They do the same shit, but in a different.
Yeah, it's in a white collar way.
Might not be
It's in a white collar way. Yeah.
and it does come out in violence too, because they going around killing each other for it's the
Yeah.
same thing. It's just that we see it exponentially in our own communities a lot, and for some of the more basic things, but they do it the same way. But the reason I was saying that, because I heard Oskino also say something about, if you have white friends, your white friends, they give you money and they ain't gonna be tripping about trying to get it back. And then I was like,
What?
Well, my nigga, how many white friends do you have to know that, to say that?
Yeah.
Like,
I'm like,
how many of us know that many white people and have had that much conversation with them about certain things to be able to say what they do or don't do?
I do know they don't do it publicly. That's
yeah,
our
I think
issue.
it's the publicly part. Like the other conniving things that happen behind closed doors. I mean, we know history has told us, like, yo, they may do this or this may happen. But I mean, like on a public level,
They do it
the
publicly.
way that.
They do it publicly.
Well,
I
okay.
think that's why I'm saying they just do it in a different way. They are a more condescending way of. They have a condescending way of doing things.
Yeah.
So when they speak about each other, it's with contempt a lot, and they tearing each other down, and they doing a lot of the same shit. It's just they're doing it in different arenas.
Yeah, they're not going live though. They're
Yeah,
not,
they are going. Man, what? They're live on the motherfucking news talking about the shit right now.
I think
They don't. But that's what I'm saying. It's for us. It's different.
I think you're both right, but I think if we break it down, because if we say it in a broad spectrum like that, you're right. They do it in the same way.
But if
you take the Country Music Awards and the Source Awards, or American Music Awards, if you take those platforms that would be the counterpart to ours, how we conduct ourselves is different. It's not about conducting ourselves like them. It's about conducting ourselves in a manner where we're going to have, where we're going to be able to have a disagreement in a certain type of style or a certain type of way. Like you said, like, oh, okay, yeah, like all of those, a lot of those things are business moves too. When you say like, oh yeah, they'll go take the deed and they'll go do this, or I'm gonna go copyright a name that you didn't copyright or trademark.
No, I'm
That's
talking
the way.
about the family that lives on the little 1 acre farm that their grandpa left to them, and then the other family across the street, they've been neighbors and rivals for the last 70 years, and one of them killed the other one and took the deed. Shit like that, like, or this caretaker. She worked for the family for a long time and you know what I mean? They do let the person die and she go take the deed and shit. Like, they do sneaky conniving shit.
No, I'm not
saying
saying that. But even in we're talking about the context. Yeah, I'm talking about the context. 100%. I'm not talking about like as a people, but I wanted to speak to your point. If we're gonna go there for a split second, when you say things like, "Oh yeah, our family go buy this," but that's called, like, it's no different than playing like a game of Monopoly. That's where we have lacked that. So if we're gonna put that information out there about like, well, they do this and we do that, the difference in why a lot of people, not just them, anybody can get away with that is because they know their paperwork and they know the laws. But if we're gonna talk about context, how we do things, like Breakfast Club. There's not too many black folks that are involved with things like hip hop, black entertainment that doesn't know who the Breakfast Club is. So to act like that on such a high platform, it says something. Just like Will Smith.
Yeah, no,
let's take Will Smith for example.
I'm gonna agree with you. I agree with what you guys are saying. My thing is, once we start bringing in saying, well, this is how why they look at us this way, and they say that they don't act this way, I feel like we need to hold them accountable as well, because they do it in a different way. So I get us holding ourselves accountable, but once we start comparing ourselves to other groups and saying what they do or don't do, well, then I'm going to come in and say, nah, I'm looking at it from another lens, and I can see what they do as well.
I love this.
I was never comparing. I wouldn't say, like, it's no.
I'm not saying.
I was just saying how they view us. You see what I'm saying? I'm not talking about how we view them or what we think. It's just like, because at the end of the day, there are opportunities and doors that are a lot more available to them as opposed to us, right? And part of the reason is because we're not taken as serious as we should be, because when certain individuals get in that position, that's how they operate with their platforms.
Yeah, but
so there's a lack of respect in that aspect.
So and looking at it from a different lens doesn't take away the facts either.
Yeah, my response to that is like, I got two kind of responses to that. Is like, one, do we really know that that's the reason why? Because I'm going to just say at the end of the day, they're going to look at us how the fuck they're going to look at us. It doesn't matter whether we are doing great in our community or not. We've seen hundreds of years of how they are going to look at us and treat us. So this worried about how they think about us and all that, I understand that, because we do need to be accountable and move forward as far as our community is concerned.
The problem is...
But I don't want to keep thinking about what they're thinking about me.
I'm going to tell you why it's important.
And although we have to.
I'm going to tell you why it's important. Because it's fucking true. That's the problem. When somebody looks at you and says you are a thief, you're problematic, you don't pour into your community, you tear down your community, and they're not of your hue, and that's all true, regardless of if you can change the narrative about whatever they think because of how truly intelligent you are, how compassionate you may be at times, those things are true. And the reason why it's important is because sometimes we don't realize that with each other.
Yeah, but I don't hear them telling us these things too.
They don't have to.
So that's what I'm saying. Like, this is us.
In the actions.
This is the way in which, but their actions is going to continue being their actions regardless of how well we do. And so I understand.
Yeah, that's not.
I agree. But the only reason I'm playing this part and having this argument is because the way in which they perceive us, deal with us, is going to remain the same.
It's not about changing it.
So
it's not about changing it. It's about the fact that when something happens with us and we want to speak out against certain things, labels, certain divisions, certain problems that we have to deal with, and all that other stuff, that's when we like to come together and have the conversation, when it should be a conversation like we're having right now all the time. You see what I mean? Because everybody can get together when they feel like Pookie is innocent for something that is being pinned on them or whatever the case is. But we don't want to change the behavior and try to help Pookie have a better behavior. You know what I'm saying? Or endorse and help each other out and give each other the right information. And so that we can defend ourselves better, or so that we can carry ourselves better, or so that way, if I don't know you and you don't know me, and you on aisle 12 and I'm on aisle 6, but we happen to make eye contact, it's not like, well, why you looking at, why, bro, what, bro, you know, bro? That's like, it's all of that primal, that crazy energy that we have with each other, how quick things can escalate. You've been in scenarios, just nightlife, just being out, and it done escalated way faster with one of your own than probably with somebody else, because we have that chip on our shoulder about what we perceive about each other. So even though other people, it's not about what they think, it's about some of the things they think, and it's like, man, they right though.
Yeah, but I don't need them to tell me to confirm that.
Yeah, it's not about confirming it though. That's just when we say how they look at us, it's just an example of, but they're right. It's not about, oh, we need to change the way we look to them. It's about the fact that if other people can see it, why are we having a hard time seeing it?
It's gonna be hard. I mean, that question, the way in which you worded that question would make me respond in saying that no matter what, they would look at us.
If somebody looks at us a certain type of way, and we know that we know that they're right, why are we having a hard time as a whole?
It's going to be hard to accept the vantage point or view of someone has always looked at me with contempt, to be able to say that yes, they're right.
Remember your point earlier?
So that's where.
Remember your point earlier when you said, "But how many people do you know?" and all this other stuff. That's the answer to your question. It wouldn't matter how many people you know or how well you know them. If they can look at you and see something and they know it's the truth and you know it's the truth, but we going to act like it's not true.
Yeah, but how do we as a people, my response to this, how do we as a people know subconsciously that...
Right for wrong?
Like, how do we accept what they're telling us is wrong about us, but also knowing that they've always looked at us in that way? You get what I'm trying to say? It's for argument's sake.
Stereotypes, right?
Right.
Some stereotypes are true and some are not.
Yeah, but how do you discern which ones are true or not when they've never looked?
You ever drank Kool-Aid when you was a kid?
Anything was good about you?
You ever drank Kool-Aid when you was a kid?
Yeah.
I drank Kool-Aid when I was a kid. Yeah. So if somebody said, black people tend to drink a lot of Kool-Aid, we're gonna be like, well, how many black people? Or is it because we all know what it is? Our comedians talk about it. They're in our movies. It's a part of our culture. So if a person that doesn't know us personally, or a person that knows us as a group, can simply just take a little bit of time and look at the culture and be like, they tend to, or the majority of, or and be like, oh, okay. Even the way we deal with problems. Now, when we get into other conversations about if we're stupid and we're all violent and all of these other different things, that's when you can pull the statistics out and be like, okay, based off of what, where, or why, or circumstances. But the point is that when we talk about the way we're viewed as a group based on stereotypical things that we know are true, what are we arguing with? Are we arguing with the fact that they said it? Are we arguing with the fact that it's right? Are we arguing with the fact that we know it's right and we don't want to accept that?
Are you asking me? You asking me the question? You know what? Arguing, yeah. So repeat the question. My bad, I got lost.
Gatorade. Let's go on to the next topic.
All right, man. Hey, hold on. What happened to the Gatorades, man?
Bro, it's not, man. I tried to tell you, you gotta make your own, dog.
Man, so I can't
you gotta make your own, man. But
you gotta make this shit.
I told you, dude. So Derrick Jaxon's. For y'all that don't know, Derrick Jaxon's ex-wife now, Danae Jackson, has came out. She's telling her truth and apparently she's a huge
Huge.
religious
Oh,
believer. She's a huge,
really.
she's really, yeah. When the scandal first came out about him, you know, she got online and she was talking about how she got, she's a child of God and all this other stuff, and y'all attacking her, and you know, the bonnet and everything like that.
Did you hear her interview?
Yeah.
And how? Yeah, okay.
Yes,
I missed this one. Go ahead.
That just throws me off.
So she did it. Yeah, well, go ahead, Jelani, about the interview, because she just did an interview saying.
And so it's like, if you're this major religious person, how did you let yourself fall that deep into that type of situation where you're allowing for other women to have infidelities with your men, and you're still rocking with them?
And partake, right?
Because she agreed to
Right.
the shit.
Yeah.
Exactly.
That's some
right.
common
Several
shit.
different. And then watching videos and trying to emulate and doing this and doing that and
He
knowing
wasn't
them
sexually
and them
satisfied.
passing each other up and down the stairs like, oh, it's my time with him. Like, how do you let yourself become a part of that? How do you choose to align with that? How do you make the decision and let that be okay in your household if you're so heavy into your religion and you're disciplined?
It might have been her idea.
Ooh.
To be honest, it probably was her idea. Let me.
I know where you're going with this, so keep going. Keep going.
Look, though, right before you get into it, if that was her idea, that doesn't align with her religion.
No, it doesn't.
Of course it doesn't, but what does align? Nothing aligns with anyone's religion.
I'm just saying, because don't sit up here and rely so heavily on I'm big into this, that, and X, Y, Z in my religion, and then make those choices, right?
Yeah, because you
contradict yourself. But if you're gonna do it behind closed doors, then don't disclose it, because once you do that, we can't take you serious.
Also, she disclosed it.
No, yeah, when the cheating first came out with him, right? She got online and she was this warrior for God. And then when the divorce pretty much was public, and I don't know if it's finalized yet, then she wanted to come out about all the things that was going on in the marriage.
She's protecting her image because he's fucked up and got caught.
Yeah,
but this could definitely be her idea.
I think she's a little off. To be honest.
And the reason I'm saying that, to be honest, for one of the reasons, I give you like 3 or 4 that make sense.
Okay.
For me, most of the kind of like extra sexual escapades that I've been, it's never been an idea of mine. It was always a woman introducing that.
Yeah. I've heard that a lot. Like guys that they say that the woman has to agree and pick the woman out.
No. The woman has to agree. No, the woman. This is her thing. This ain't his thing.
Yeah.
It's not like, hey, baby, I'm trying to. It's rarely that. It's like the female is really she on that.
All right. So the way she came across, though, it was like
she was doing it to keep her man.
He was doing
for whatever reason they're doing it. It's their idea.
Not the way she came across. It was like he had so much going on that she tried to start becoming a part of it to not lose him altogether.
So, but that's what I'm saying. However, it's manifesting, and for whatever reason why, it's still.
You're saying she has to allow.
He's cheating.
Right.
The allowing of it is her idea to say, like, I want to be a part of this
instead of leaving,
or like, because it could be she's doing it to keep him. It could be this is her thing, and she like cool with it. Like, nigga, you got caught, and I'm trying to save my image in the church. It could be. Whatever, because I know several different type of couples.
Okay.
This is what
like,
goes
it was all
on.
right. It was cool until it got public. Now that it's public,
now it's like I gotta
have
protect
put myself
my image
out here a certain
you
way.
fucked up.
Because you slipped up.
That's what it is.
Ooh, that's a cold. Ooh, that would be a cold game.
Because I'm gonna be honest. A lot of the times, that's what it is. Is like she could be on that, or she could be like wanting to keep. And it could be the guy. I ain't gonna say a man ain't never really. Like manipulated women into those type of situations.
Yeah, for sure.
But for the most part, most men who say it, they'd be like, "Yeah, it really was. She was on that."
Yeah. I mean, and even in the public eye or celebrities, you can kind of get an idea. Like, yeah, they probably roll that way. And then there's some people, that
would be crazy though.
Yeah, she's to me, she's strange. She is, but this is the crazy part about it all, and I don't know how far you read into it, and what all of what we're saying isn't even the craziest part. The craziest part is she's selling a course for a little under $5,000 about how to heal yourself.
A little under. It's like It's like $4,995. No. No, for real. It's like 4,995 or 97.
Yeah,
I think it's
save a couple dollars. Get you a
It
cheeseburger.
looks good to the eye.
It's almost like 99-cent store. You ain't got to spend that whole dollar. But when they hit you with the tax and it's $1.09, you're like,
hold on, man. I gotta spend $2 to get
I
my
came in here with a single buck
83 cents
trying to get this juice.
Yeah.
But bro,
Yeah, man.
5 bands to heal yourself.
to heal.
Oh, I thought you said
Therapy.
to kill. Bro, I
Yeah.
swear to God, I thought you said to kill yourself.
No.
See, it was to heal yourself.
Oh,
Therapy
I mean,
is so much
I
cheaper.
was sitting here about to
Counseling
go crazy.
in therapy is so much cheaper.
How to kill yourself
Right.
is what I thought.
Nah.
Because that's when you said it's not the crazy
Like,
part. When you said to heal
How do I
yourself,
know
Heal.
How do I know you're
Heal.
healed?
She's not.
oh my.
So how are you gonna send off a course first of all,
What if
the
Derrick's
divorce
really the
if the
innocent one in
divorce-
all this?
If the divorce isn't final, right, then that means that you're still going through everything, certain emotions, certain feelings, right?
Yeah.
You're in a certain mental space. So that means that you haven't even taken the time to 100% heal. And then if you're doing interviews and you're reliving stuff and she shed tears, that
Yeah.
means that you're still dealing with some things internally, right?
Yeah.
So you can't be 100% healed. So if you're not 100% healed, how are you going to help heal anybody else when you can't be selling a 12-step process when you yourself have only made it to step 7.
You send me 5 bands, we gonna heal
Like,
together.
bro,
I mean,
bro,
5,000. That sounds like. Is it a 3-day thing? Like, is it virtual?
Nah, we all
Zooming?
year. If I pay 5
Like 5 bands was like a course,
Bro,
like,
man, how many rooms
how
you
many
got?
days is
yeah,
this?
what?
Yeah.
On Sunday. You ready to talk?
She gonna send you a Zoom login.
A Zoom. I'm zooming to the house. So I need eye-to-eye contact.
You stay on FaceTime all day.
I need you to
yourself.
feel my energy. If we 5 bands, yeah,
5 bands.
I'm here. I'm present every day.
5 bands. You doing it? Doing the 5 bands?
No,
Not healing for Poe. You healing?
therapy is
Poe
so
said, I
much-
got something in the garden right now that just got legalized.
My library card
Therapy-
still got
therapy is so much
fees
cheaper.
on it.
That's all I'm saying. I know those results will work.
Yeah.
Therapists are good for you.
Yeah,
If you
man.
got Kaiser insurance, you could damn near get you a therapist student.
I think the thing that's that's
part of the
wild.
benefits.
What's wild about it, right, is that
You can find one.
I try not to break
can't
when I was
find
talking.
one.
I try not to break.
Have a list.
I think what's crazy about it is she's the women that was following this dude. Listen, the women that was following this guy, and even the ones that still believe, hey, right message, wrong messenger, all of the women, ha ha. That's what
He
I
been
got to
waiting to
say.
say that. He was-
Ha ha. This is what I gotta say about all of this stuff. When it comes to relationship gurus, when it comes to business gurus and all of that stuff, one of the things that I love about our platform, and I'm gonna take this time to give our own platform the flowers, is we're just giving you our perspective and the definitions of some of the conversations that we're talking about.
Yeah, we don't
It
know
doesn't-
shit what we talking about.
I don't know.
Shit about what we talking about. You better do your
don't.
Google research.
And then he suggests Google. Yeah, see, he don't
But
know.
as a starting point,
Yeah. Clean up on all 3.
it's a starting point. You gotta start.
Yeah, man. He don't know. So he won't grow. The point that I'm saying
see
is
his
there's no money grabs. There's no at the last 3 seconds of the podcast. But if you subscribe right now, it's none of that. We're
But you
giving
could
you.
sign up for my course at
Hit the bell so you get the notifications.
Go ahead, man. But what I'm saying is it's like you see a lot of these people giving advice, right? And I'm not even going to say that the advice is bad or the advice is invalid. But I would just think that if you want relationship advice, let's just say you're not a religious person, so you don't want to go to church, or you don't have enough money for therapy, so you can't do that. Why don't you talk to people that are in healthy relationships?
They don't know.
They don't
nothing.
know anyone.
They don't know.
in a healthy
They don't know
relationship.
it. Like and
8 billion people and you don't know anybody. Then you need to get out and you need to meet more people then.
everybody's single. That's crazy.
Because I don't I don't believe.
Yeah.
I don't believe that though. I don't believe that if there's something that you want, we know how to find it for everything else. We know how to find the research, the information, who's accurate and who's not for everything else.
Because then they would have to reflect on themselves because the person.
Oh, so they're avoiding accountability. Okay.
I didn't say that. That's your words.
Okay, they're avoiding accountability.
Your words.
Well, I will say this: if you're looking for people that you cannot even have a conversation with personally to try to guide you into a relationship,
I'm gonna be honest. I don't even like accountability. That's why I don't be asking people shit.
Bruh,
I just do what the fuck I want because then I don't want to have to be accountable. Fuck it.
it's called toxic.
Fuck it.
That's horrible.
This man is growing. He's been growing.
I don't like other people.
He's been growing
opinions.
poisonous plants
I don't like other
this whole
people.
time. This
I
diabolical.
want to hear what you gotta say.
Regressionist. Because he's definitely going the wrong way. Golly.
Yo, what's his nickname?
Organic fucker.
Organic fuckery. Yeah, you didn't know you had a nickname, huh?
But yeah,
that's what
you
we
can
doing.
sign up for my.
That's what we're doing. Alright.
Hey, we just needed you to step into it some way, somehow.
You can sign up for my course. It's called We Gonna Figure It Out. 'Cause
Yeah.
I ain't got the solution, but we can brainstorm. So subscribe for 4,900.
And there is a dress code. Make sure you wear your kicks or your sneakers there.
Yeah, bruh. I only need like 5 people to sign up.
And we eating.
What? Are you serious?
Yeah, man.
It's a
Good
3-day
luck.
course
5 people for the year.
Yeah, good luck to the burglar over
for
there.
the year. I said a 3-day course.
Yeah, man. Yeah, they wilding, man.
No. That's all you need in a year.
What?
Just get 5 people.
And you good? Really?
No.
Yeah.
We doing something wrong, man.
Get 20 racks.
We are doing something
And you
wrong.
get a free sneaker clean. I said everybody hold with sneaker cleaning kids in a t-shirt.
Jesus.
It's lit.
I got to talk about somebody that Poe has been close to for a long time. They've been rolling with real close, and Poe's probably not gonna like what I'm about to say about his good friend that he goes way back with. I got an issue with Joe Budden, man. I have an issue with Joe Budden. What's up with your boy, Poe? What's up with your
got
boy,
a problem
Budden?
with my guy Mouse.
What's going
man.
on? What's going on with your boy Joe Budden,
What's up
man?
with Mouse, man?
What's going on with him, dog? Why is he? I feel like, man, he reached a different type of low for me, bro.
When you talking about
When he interviewed Earn Your Leisure, the guys from the Earn Your Leisure podcast, and it was almost like that ignorance that we were talking about earlier with us. And this ain't about.
because
you know,
this is an interview.
it's
that
not about how
happened
the
some
frost
months ago.
demons look at us.
Yeah,
I'm
what
just
happened?
saying.
Remind me what happened specifically in the interview because I.
Well, basically, he brought the guys in, and it was almost like he was trying to. I don't want to say get a rise out of them, but trying to like discredit what they're about to a certain degree.
Really? You think so?
Yeah,
Them
because-
the only ones he really actually
But he was saying like,
fuck with.
it was like, man, y'all don't have no beef or this, that, and like it was kind of like he was kind of fishing a little bit. You ain't got no beef and this, that, and the other, and but how do we know? Because dude made a comment about like, yeah, we interviewed the wealthiest black man or whatever in the country. He was like, but y'all don't know that. Y'all don't know that. It was just like, bro, what do you?
He said, if you get along with everybody, you get along with nobody.
I think that's the podcast Joe. Like, cause there's times when he's pulling shit like that. When I remember that interview, at least that's the perception I got from it. It didn't, cause that's like one thing that people may not know. The people that he actually likes are the people that people think he doesn't like. So when he's like talking to the people he likes, it's gonna seem like
he
he's
plays the antagonist.
Yeah, he's doing because recently the reason I'm saying that is because recently Envy back in the news. You know about Envy and his business partner, right?
Yeah, apparently he hot right now.
All right. So, dude, Envy hit Joe up about dude years ago, and Joe was like, "My nigga, this sound like a scam." And through that, this all happened, and Joe was talking about all the different like people getting into real estate. He said the only people who really are actually, he was saying earn your leisure, and then it was like another person that he said that they are the only ones who really like he would even give any kind of credit to. He don't really fuck with nobody doing the real estate shit anyway.
Right.
Like, he's very really like kind of weary of it. Because situations like with envy is
Well, yeah. But I mean, if your whole here's my issue with Joe Budden about that situation. If it don't apply, let it fly, man. If it's something with you, right, and you don't feel it, you're not really, with it. Okay, fine, all right. I'm not gonna do your thing, but I feel like something like earn your leisure is important to the culture, to where I don't think it's big enough yet and reached enough people yet to start already throwing the discredit rock. So now that there's this, now there's this funky. Oh, I don't know. You hear, because Joe Budden, at the end of the day, he has a level of influence.
You got to listen to Joe consistently to understand the dynamics of.
And I'm not doing that for 3 hours.
Listen, that's what I'm about to explain to you. Joe, when he does that, he doesn't do it.
When you call Joe and you talk to him about this.
No, I'm just saying because I listen to the show every day for the years.
But you guys are close off mic. So what did he tell you?
But listen, let me tell you. When he don't never do interviews. So only people that he brings up are people that he hella likes. Right. So when he's interviewing the people that he likes, he's never interviewing them the same as when he does the one-on-one interviews. So he does different things for each
I get that.
different setting.
But
so he acts as if he doesn't really like you up there.
But I think our audience, our platform wants to know what Podcast Joe really told Podcast Poe behind closed door. Like, how does he really feel?
I've been watching it
but
for
you know him.
8 years
But
now,
you know
man.
him though.
It's enough to know the dynamics of
you know him personally,
the nuances and shit.
You helped him Pump
Like
It
I said,
Up.
I just think he be the antagonist. He just likes to like.
He's
very much kind of like trolling a little bit.
Yeah,
to an extent, because if you look at his facial expressions, like I don't know how. Like there's certain things he said that is just like, huh? Because it's like if you get along with everybody, you get along with nobody, and I'm just like, what? Like
Joe does literally.
And then there's some other stuff he said where it's just like, bro, why are you, like you said, why are you digging? Why are you throwing rocks? Why are you trying to?
I think that's what my question was.
If there's nothing there, there's
like,
nothing there. Like it's just because that isn't the situation for you.
Yeah.
Doesn't mean it applies to everybody, especially when they're in a position of where it makes more sense for them to have a certain level of credibility,
right,
likability,
right,
and to actually network in a way where they have more friends than enemies, if any enemies, because enemies doesn't do anything but create tension and close doors.
Because this is why I was trying to explain to you the difference was with his show. He's not even interviewing them. He's literally when he has somebody up there, he's gonna be just talking to you. He doesn't want to. He's just not really. He's trying to have a tough, entertaining conversation. It's not really about marketing you. It's not nothing. It's just I just want to have a entertaining kind of conversation. So
he can call us for that.
So I'm gonna act a certain way.
You tell him.
Watch his one-on-one interviews.
You tell him,
and it's a whole different type of.
Text him right now.
You text him right now and tell him what's up, man.
He don't even know where his phone is.
It's lying.
It's right here.
Probably living in the garden.
Nah, my shit just died right now.
Yeah, I'm about to say he can't even call out. His phone ain't on.
Nah, but he in a different state. What time is it? It's 4. See, he probably sleep right now.
He probably sleep right now.
Working.
He got a big day ahead of him tomorrow.
So
how would you know, bro? Shut up.
Because they talk, bro.
It's 7:42.
Yeah, right? Bro. Okay.
3 hours ahead.
You know they cousins? That's Poe Budden.
See, he didn't know that.
Yeah.
He didn't.
Because he be trying to be the antagonist.
He had a song after Pump It Up called Run It Up.
Know that?
He just sucks.
Yeah.
You're not that good at it.
Nah, you be trying to be the antagonist.
Not at all.
You want to tell
at all.
Yo, so another topic real quick. So there's this woman, this black woman going viral right now on TikTok that said if she was a dude, she would play a whole bunch of women and all of that stuff. And basically to, kind of conflate what it was is she's basically saying a lot of these women deserve to get did the way they did by these dudes because it's always about money and a bag first and nothing else. So why would you have any different expectations?
She said, I take care of you, take care of the kids, get you comfortable, and then leave you high and dry. It's like,
Yeah, it seemed like she was being facetious.
sheesh.
You think she was pandering a little bit?
No, I think she was being facetious. I think she was talking to men,
Okay.
not women.
Really?
That's what it seemed like.
That's what it seemed like? I don't know, man.
She was being very condescending, it seemed like. It didn't seem like she was like, she said, because she said the good things about this. She said, Mary, you have kids, would you buy a house?
She didn't say, I didn't hear that.
Well, whatever
Yeah, I
she
didn't
said.
hear-
She didn't say married or buy a house.
Yeah.
Whatever she said, it said it was more of kind of
You
like
lying on
three
her
or-
name,
Man,
Harold.
it was 3 or 4 positive aspects of the relationship and then leave.
She said,
Yeah, but
she
that's
didn't
what
say,
happens.
She didn't
Yeah, but
say marriage, though.
She didn't say that the woman was buying this guy things and doing all this. She said, if I was a man, I would do this to you too if you allowed me to have a kid with you, get a house, and then leave. Like,
Okay.
So that's why it doesn't seem like she's really talking about the negative
Really
things
about to buy
that a
the
man
course?
does.
Nah, I
Just
was.
seen a bunch of fours. I was like, wow,
I was
Jelani about to buy it.
gonna read the definition for facetious because I feel like a lot of people didn't know.
Well, yeah, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like I'm not gonna
It's a bit of
Yeah.
sarcasm
Yeah.
and condescending. Being,
treating
you know,
serious issues with deliberately inappropriate humor.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you said, I don't know, that's a little much to say she was playing in feces. I think it is nasty. It is inappropriate to be doing that. I think
I mean, I don't know because I remember saying it. I don't remember saying marriage or buying a house.
I mean,
I don't-
I remember the house part, the relationship, and the kid, but it seemed like
taking care of the house.
Could have been something like that.
Oh no, she said paying all the bills.
Okay.
Paying all the bills, taking care of you, taking care of the kids,
Right.
and then once you're comfortable, leaving you high and
Yeah,
dry.
so that it kind of didn't. It seemed awkward for me to say like, "Oh, I'm talking to women. If you allow a man to do that, I would too, and then leave." Like it just didn't make sense for me for that to be.
Well, I mean, I don't know. If you only placing it on a financial aspect and I can do all of that from a financial point, then I'll do all of that and do what I want to do. Because at the end of the day, like, where are the morals? Where are the values? Where is the...
yeah, that's how I interpreted it. I interpreted it like she was basically saying like you women think the end all be all is money, and then you want to complain about all these
them
other
not
things that
having
are
any
happening.
value, or you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? It's just like they no integrity, no values, no morals,
she's saying it would
and
be
all of
easy.
that
It's
is
easy.
irrelevant.
We
Yeah.
ain't really got shit to do.
Yeah.
Yeah,
All right.
Because
But I mean, have y'all ever really run into a woman who? Most of the women I run into ain't really on that. They on the hold you accountable shit.
I've
It's
seen-
kind of a hard job.
I've seen.
you be at farmer markets.
Yeah.
You don't...
Oh, I don't be at. I don't be at
Yeah,
the
you do. You
designer
be
stores
you be
and
finding
shit.
your you do you be
You ain't at Louis and Gucci where they...
yeah you over there at Sprouts and
They on a higher level.
Yeah,
Yeah,
man,
mentally and all that. They trying to get to the
yeah man
core of things.
yeah
Yeah, I don't got
you are you
capacity
trying
for
to.
that.
But I think that I think that I've seen this though. I've seen this with many some of our peers where they'll get with somebody and it seems like the person that they're with is extremely materialistic. It seems like one bad move, and they on the move. You know what I'm saying? And what's being promoted on social media by a lot of women. I mean, even the way women, a lot of times people don't understand, like on social media, people advertise themselves.
Hey, can we
Whether
look
they
at the
try to or
definition of
not.
materialistic real quick?
She,
I had a question about that.
Okay.
She also quoted this woman. I don't know who the woman is, but I seen a lot of females share her because she was like, if a man asks me what I'm gonna bring to the table, I'm gonna bring another man who could pay all the bills. Sprinkle, sprinkle. Y'all seen that woman who be saying that? Say
same
sprinkle,
woman?
I know
sprinkle.
who. I
So,
know.
no.
I
The
know who
female
she
that
is.
was going viral for what she
can't-
said about how men would, if she was a man, she played women. She said sprinkle, sprinkle in a attempt to
Copy kind of.
in a facetious way.
boom.
Words, reading, memory. Dizzy.
So she's saying it's back to women.
Yeah.
So
I know who the sprinkle person is too. She's definitely a problem for women as far as in getting advice. I would not advise women to get advice from that woman. I know who you're talking about.
Bro, I mean, the thing about it is like she's one of those women who basically dwindles it down to finances in a sense. She pretty much is focused on a financial aspect, and you should be doing for her, and you should be taking care of. And if you can't, I'm gonna find me a man who can, or it's kind of like you should be doing it. She said something one day. It's like, if a man get on me about not washing the dishes, I'm gonna ask him why he ain't got enough money to hire a maid. And I was just like, oh
yeah. I think the irony, right? When you hear, like when I see these women, you got the definition, right?
Yeah.
Go ahead and rock.
Materialism, a tendency to consider material possessions and physical comfort as more important than spiritual values. That's the definition.
What about when it's even?
What about when what's even?
How much I care about spirituality and materialism.
I think they go in different directions.
Because the reason I was asking that,
a lot of
was
spiritual people really high up.
I care about the things that I
robes.
actually like. The things that I have, I like to, get things, do things, but I care about them and I take care of them.
Yo,
like the Dalai Lama is like the highest spiritual point, right? Like he wear a curtain, like he gotta like let my people go sandals. You know what I'm saying?
Yo,
like, he be chilling.
I think that Poe, you're not materialistic. I don't care how you try to swing it. You're not.
Okay. I had to figure out.
I'm gonna be honest. I wouldn't say any of us are materialistic.
It's crazy. People think I am because I enjoy shoes. Bro, and like
see, materialistic to me is that you wouldn't accept shoes because they're not this or they're not that. Not because you can't find a person.
Nigga looking like, all right, nigga, come give me some. No. Certain brand.
Nah, he mean like Louis, Gucci, like high value, high fashion type. You know what I'm saying? Designer.
I could see somebody saying, I don't want that product because I know I wouldn't have a use for it, but because it's not a certain brand or like me and that's what I would perceive it as, basically the original definition. But it's like, I'm going to reject this gift because it's not a $400 toaster, it's a $34 toaster. You know what I'm saying? Or it's not this brand or whatever the case is.
Got it.
You gonna give me a Starbucks card?
Louis make gift cards, right?
Yeah.
They got coffee at the Louis store.
Yeah. You see what I'm saying?
So give me the Gucci toaster. This is what we're doing.
Yeah. Better go wrap this or something. I want my toaster
to come with the Gucci print on it.
Right. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Sure. So I wouldn't. I mean, we've seen those people too that are materialistic. They got to have this brand, or they got to, they will swim in financial chaos just to have the imagery of.
Don't want any of that.
I don't
despise being with the brands and like.
The funny thing about it, this is what's so crazy about it. They charge so much money for those type of things, and the quality is subpar.
Yeah.
Where there are a lot of other brands that are lower priced that are higher quality. But the thing about it is, at that point, you're paying for the name, right? Like, all right, let's think about it.
Like them Prada T-shirts. Like, you want a T-shirt all white with black letter right here that says Prada, and that's
$353. So
you could have had a Lavora Cole for. Yeah, but go ahead.
Kitchen sink. Anyway, but I'm just saying, like, let's think about it. Like, for instance, Jordans, right? Mm-hmm. They're released for a certain price. The price that they're at back in the day when they originally released is double, right? Uh-huh. Back in the day when they originally released, you paying $73, $83, maybe $100 for a pair of Jordans. Uh-huh. And the quality was better. Real leather, real quality materials. Uh-huh. Now, the price has doubled and they're using fake leather, generic materials, but you're paying for the name because it has reached a certain height due to the person it's named after, his accomplishments in the brand itself.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So now you're paying for the Jordan name, the brand name.
Mm-hmm. And the quality is going to drop off because they don't have to worry about the actual.
They don't have to worry about creating that reputation. They've already established it.
You're buying.
It's almost like with Louis Vuitton, like the only real leather part be on the handles because that's what touches your skin. Like how it's made in Japan, they finish it in Italy and say made in Italy because that's where they put the finishing touches on it at. Oh, but anyways,
what's that? A jacket
y'all like that stuff?
Yeah.
You talking about like a Louis?
I'm talking about like the purses.
Oh, the purse.
Yeah. Yeah, they wildin'. Yeah, I'm definitely not interested. But I think that
jewelry and shit made by Mystic Garden. You know, shit like
Both
that.
of those?
Yeah.
Yeah, they mind them bees they self. No point.
Wooden, you know what I mean? Get your chakras right and all that, man.
Okay.
Man, they don't even know what that is. Now I gotta read another definition.
Where you
We
get
got Africa, we got...
where you get the Browns Super Bowl ring?
Oh, man, this one right here, this right here, you have to have come straight from the motherland from this right here, from Ghana.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I'm gonna need one of those too.
But I know a nigga in Oakland who could...
Wait, hold on. Imported from Ghana. It better not say made in Oakland. It better not say made in
I know a
Oakland.
nigga,
It's gonna say 900 block in the inside.
Right now. International in Fruitvale.
Bro, you sound like a person where I got a plug. You pay how much for that? Bro, I know a dude over on Crenshaw that give me 3 of them for $100. You wanna
Look,
bro,
man, nah, this one ain't, your finger ain't turning green and all that. I mean, you know,
Yeah.
this ain't, you know, real. But
Hey, like, I'm not even gonna lie, like, I do really like that style, like, with the beads. Like, when I see people rock that and how they coordinate it, I feel like y'all all, like, know magic or something like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, you talking to your inner Kaioken. You know what I mean? Or
it's actually...
appreciate you, Jelani. I appreciate you. You knew what's up.
Yeah.
But I do, like, I am gonna cop some of those. So
Whenever
yeah,
y'all decide to sell them. Yeah.
You pre-order or
Lake Fest, 24th.
You gotta go out there. You need a
said what?
website.
Yeah, man. Hey, he just said Late Fest. Remember I told y'all about Google, right? Google that up. Just a starting point.
He didn't even say where it was. He just Lake Fest.
Lake Fest.
Update it.
Ain't no lakes in Sacramento. The Great Lakes? Like, you gotta be specific, my G.
Lake man. Now, Benita making some of these.
Okay. I'm gonna need
This one I actually bought.
Is that a lion on that one?
Nah. This is an African mask.
Oh, okay.
This
Which
one
mask?
The mask, like from
I don't know.
that ain't the Loki mask from
This nigga's crazy. No, this is Anansi the Spider.
Smoke it.
Remember Anansi?
huh?
Nah,
You
why
say
don't you
a
enlighten
Nazi?
us?
Huh?
Why don't you
Anansi
enlighten
the
us?
Spider?
Enlighten us.
Yeah, break it down.
Y'all know the stories of like Brer Rabbit and like the Southern tales of
B
like,
Rabbit and Free World and
the personifications that they gave certain animals and stuff. So the story of Anansi the Spider is like
I've never heard the story. Break it down to me.
Anansi was a spider in Africa. I forget what part of. I think it's a West African story. It was throughout Africa, but he. There's several different stories with him, like, you know, Brer Rabbit or like that whole Frog and Toad story. How it kind of had multiple stories. It's
Okay.
kinda like
So it's
Anansi.
similar like that.
Yeah. So it's not
feel
like just
like-
one story.
I feel like this is where, because I seen an article where they said that they got Batman's cow from Africa. Like the actual look of his cow comes from a African story. And I didn't know how to feel because, you know, Batman's always been my favorite superhero as a kid.
Continue being your favorite.
I know, but I feel like they got the story wrong. I'm starting to feel like Bruce was a brother.
I mean, Bruce.
Bruce Leroy.
Bruce Wayne.
I'm like, man, we need to get deeper into this, man. What's going on?
I mean, born in the dark.
I'm just saying, you know what I mean?
Foster kid.
Hey, I'm just saying, dog.
All right.
Anything from y'all brothers before we get out of here, man? Do you want to give more information about the Rhyme Fest, or you know what's going on?
So Lake Fest, Lake Merritt, there's gonna be a bunch of vendors. The lake, obviously, in Oakland is taken over by the black community nowadays. So you know, we got a lot of events that go on up there, and I'm going to be a part of it. So
the date?
The date is on what's this month? June.
Yeah,
June 24th.
June 24th.
24th.
Okay,
yeah.
Lake Fest. All right, for sure. Jelani,
get your, you know what I mean? Stop using the Dollar Tree pink lotion. You gotta shake it up before you use it. But it ain't gonna do nothing but look like paint on your arm. Stop using that. Man, come on.
Hey, he pulled the Charles Barkley when he realized he was messing up.
No, what was it? He said,
when the guys,
you know, when you're banking, when the guy's banking, you gotta spit
off of it. Come on.
We appreciate y'all tuning in.
Anyways, this your boy Dizzy D Spill here with my co-host in the building,
Jelani Evans.
It's Farmer Poe.
You've been tuning in to the Notion Podcast. Until next time, peace.
Like, share, subscribe, comment, tap in.
Tap in. We out of here.
What they say.